All right, looking at the Chapter 8 test review, we're on problem number 18. Mrs. Burnham is making modeling clay for her class. She needs 2 and 3 cups of warm water for each batch. Okay, that's going to be important. Now let's look at part A. Mrs. Burnham has a 1 cup measure that has no other markings, so she can only measure 1 cup at a time. Can she make 6 batches of modeling clays using only her 1 cup measure? That's our question. Describe 2 ways you can find the answer. All right, well, we know she needs to make 6 batches, so again, I always advise my students, before you do any math, just start pulling out the information that you do know. Okay? She needs 6 batches. So I'm going to draw 6 circles to represent those 6 batches. Okay. She needs 2/3 of a cup for each batch. Okay, so I'm going to write 2/3 in each of these. Each circle represents a batch. Each batch needs 2/3 of a cup. So again, I haven't done any math yet. I'm just organizing the information that they have given me. Okay. Her measuring cup only holds 1 whole cup at a time. Okay. There's no other markings on it. So we would be estimating if we tried to put 2/3 cup in her 1 cup measuring cup. We wouldn't be very precise. Okay. So let's figure out how much total water she needs first before we do any of the actual measuring. To figure that out, we need to add all of these to find the total, right? Let's see how much total water she needs. Warm water, that is. Another way to do that, it's repeated addition. Another way to do repeated addition would be multiplication. We know we have 6 of them, and we have 6 2/3. I multiply. 6 times 2 is 12. My denominator stays the same. Okay. Now, I do have an improper fraction here. My numerator is bigger than the denominator. So I need to change that. Again, you could break it up into unit fractions like we did the problem before. Another way you can change an improper fraction into a mixed number is by dividing the denominator into the numerator. Okay, 3 goes into 12 4 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Subtract, and you have no remainder. So that equals 4 wholes. So would she be able to use her 1 cup measuring cup to get those? Yeah, because she could get 4 whole cups by filling her 1 cup measuring cup 4 times. Okay. So describe 2 ways you can find the answer. You can add 2/3 6 times, and see if you get a whole number. Because again, we need a whole number because she has a 1 cup measuring cup, so that measuring cup is only going to give us whole numbers. Or you could multiply 2/3 times 6. And again, see if you get a whole number. Okay. Sorry, whenever I do my periods, it thinks I want to move on to the next page. Okay, part B. The modeling clay recipe also calls for 1/2 cup of cornstarch. Nikki says Mrs. Burnham will also need 4 cups of cornstarch. Do you agree or disagree, and explain? So again, she's still making, so for part B, we're still going back and using the information that we got up here. So she's still making those 6 batches. So I'm going to draw those 6 batches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this time we're talking about cornstarch. And she needs a half a cup for each batch. So again, I haven't done any math yet. I'm just setting up my information. I drew a model of those 6 batches. Now I'm in each batch. I'm showing that each batch needs a half a cup of cornstarch. Okay. So Nikki says she will need 4 cups of cornstarch total. So she says this needs to equal 4. That's our question. Does this, does all of this equal 4? That's the question we're asking. Well, to figure that out, we got to do the math. We can either do just like we did on the, oh my goodness. We can either do like we did on the first problem and do the repeated addition. I apologize. Or we can do the multiplication. 1/2 times 6 equals 6 halves. Again, I multiply the numerator times the whole number. Denominator stays the same. And then let's do the unit fractions strategy again. So I'm going to break that up into 6 1/2s. I know you're saying, oh, you already did it over here, Mr. Music. That's okay. It's okay to show things more than once. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need one more. 6. The denominator tells us how many goes into each whole. So there's going to be 2 to get 1 whole. So there's a group of 2. That's going to be 1 whole. There's a group of 2. That's 1 whole. There's a group of 2. That's 1 whole. So this all equals 1, 2, 3. So do you agree or disagree? I disagree. And then explain. I disagree. She needs only, and let me give you some more space here. Erase some of this work. You can divide. You can. I disagree. She needs only 3 cups. All right. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next one.